Hello everyone, welcome to our third lecture. This lecture is based on dynamics of synchronous machine. To start with, kinetic energy of the rotor at dynamics of a synchronous machine is given by kinetic energy is equal to 1 half j omega sm square into 10 to the power minus 6 megajoule, where omega sm is synchronous speed in radian mechanical per second. J is rotor moment of inertia in kg meter square. But now this is mechanical radian per second. So now we need to convert this mechanical radian into electrical radians per second. So you know, we know this omega s, it is electrical. Omega s is equal to omega s electrical radian per second is equal to p by 2 mechanical rotor speed. So it is omega s is equal to p by 2 omega sm. Okay, so this we have to put this omega sm in terms of omega s, so it will be 2 by p omega s, so where p is number of poles of the machine. 2 by p omega s is bracket square. This omega sm, this is omega sm is, we first put it one in and one omega s in bracket and one omega s outside the bracket. So this complete the term inside the bracket is m. It is j 2 by p bracket square into omega s into 10 raised to or minus 6 is m. M is moment of inertia. So kinetic energy is equal to 1 half m omega s, where m is moment of inertia in megajoule second per electrical radian. It is j 2 by p bracket square into omega s into 10 raised to power minus 6. Now we'll define the inertia constant such that gh is equal to ke. It is 1 half m omega s megajoule, where g is machine rating in MVA 3 phase. Rating is base rating. Okay, h is inertia constant in megajoule per MVA or megawatt second per MVA. So we can write m is equal to twice gh by omega s. This omega s is 2 pi f, 2 will get cancelled, so final equation is m is equal to gh upon pi f. Now this is megajoule second per electrical radian. This, if we need to convert into electrical degrees, then this instead of this pi it will be 180. M is also called as inertia constant. Taking g as a base, the inertia constant in per unit is m per unit dividing by this g. Okay, dividing this 12.1 by g, so h by pi f second square per electrical radian. If it is in terms of degree, then this 12.2 becomes m per unit h upon 180 f second square per electrical degrees. Okay, this is about dynamics of synchronous machine. Okay, now this h, the inertia constant h has a characteristics value or the ranges of the value for each class of the machine. In case of turbo generator, it is in the range from 9 to 6, 7 to 4, while in case of water wheel generator, it is 2 to 3. This is major difference. Here it is 9 to 6, here 2 to 3. It is observed from the table that the value of h is considerably higher for steam turbo generators than for water wheel generators. So inertia constant in case of steam turbo generator is more. This is the conclusion. Now we switch over to the swing equation. Consider a synchronous generator developing an electromagnetic torque Te and a corresponding electromagnetic power Pe while operating at synchronous speed omega s. Okay, now here mechanical input to the generator, mechanical input is there, it is giving electrical output. This is mechanical torque, this is electrical torque, this omega s is synchronous speed. Okay, now this the equation of motion of the rotor of a synchronous machine, this can be determined by the laws of rotation, and this is jm into alpha m. Alpha is acceleration, so jm, this acceleration can be written as d2 theta m by dt square. This is our ta, j into d2 theta m by dt square, that is alpha, it is ta. So accelerating torque is equal to mechanical torque minus electrical torque. In case of generator, this is Tm minus T, while in case of motor, it is reverse, T minus Tm. Figure shows torque, speed and flow of mechanical and electrical powers in synchronous machine. It is assumed that windage, friction and iron loss torque is negligible. The differential equation governing the rotor dynamics of a synchronous machine can then be written as J d2 theta m by dt square is equal to Tm minus T. Depending upon the sign of Tm and Te changes depending upon the machine, whether it is generator, whether it is motor, where theta m is angle in radian, which is mechanical. Tm is turbine torque in Newton meter. It acquires a negative value for a motoring machine. T electromagnetic torque developed in Newton meter. It acquires a negative value for a motoring machine. Okay, so this changes according to the machine which we are using, whether it is generator or whether it is motor. Now, flow of mechanical and electric power in synchronous machine. In generator, mechanical input is there while electrical output is there. In motor, electrical input is there, we are producing mechanical output. Okay, so torque changes. Okay, here mechanical input is there. Suppose this is our this direction we consider as a clockwise direction. This omega is synchronous speed. This mechanical torque operates in the same direction as synchronous speed. Okay, while electromagnetic torque, it is reverse of this mechanical torque. Okay, in case of motor, this is synchronous speed. This shaft torque operates in the same direction as synchronous speed, while mechanical torque operates in reverse direction. So here you can see here Tm and Ts changes. Here Tm and T, these both have this is clockwise direction, this T having anti-clockwise direction, while in case of motoring, Tm having anti-clockwise direction while Ts is having clockwise direction. So this changes according to the machine. While the rotor undergoes dynamics of the synchronous machine as per equation 12.3, the rotor speed changes by insignificant magnitude for a time period of interest, that means 1 second. Equation can therefore be converted into its more convenient power form by assuming the rotor speed to remain constant at synchronous speed omega Sm. This equation 12.3, it is J d2 theta m by dt square is equal to Tm minus T. This can be converted into power form now by multiplying to the synchronous speed. Okay, that means we have to multiply both side by omega Sm. So to this equation 12.3, we have multiplying both side 12.3 by omega Sm. Now we can write j omega Sm d2 theta m by dt square into 10 to the power minus c is equal to, now this j, this is omega Sm into Tm will be Pm, omega Sm into T will be Pe. Okay, so it is torque multiplied by speed is our power, where Pm mechanical power input in megawatt, P electrical power output in megawatt. Stator copper loss is assumed negligible. Now we have to rewrite this equation, because in this equation this theta m is mechanical angle while omega Sm is synchronous speed. Okay, in mechanical radians, so this we need to convert into electrical. So this we have converted into electrical, as well as this we have to convert into electrical. So it is 2 by p, this will be your 2 by p theta e, while this will be 2 by p omega s. So it is 2 by p bracket square into omega s, this is theta e into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, now this equation which is in bracket, already we have derived this here, m is equal to j into 2 by p bracket square into omega s into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, so here we can put this as m. So it is m d2 theta e by dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe. Theta is angle in radian, electrical. This radian is electrical. It is more convenient to measure the angular position of the rotor with respect to the synchronously rotating frame of reference. Now let del is equal to theta e minus omega s into t. Rotor angular displacement from synchronously rotating frame called as torque angle or power angle. This is called as torque angle or power angle. Now how this can be defined, okay, or how, now if this is your synchronously rotating frame, this is a rotor field, this del is our rotor angle, okay. Now this is our reference frame, okay, the synchronously rotating frame. Now this is our synchronously rotating frame. If you need to find out del, then it will be theta e minus, del is equal to theta e minus this omega s, and it is rotating at synchronous speed, so we need to multiply with t. So it is, let del is equal to theta e minus omega, theta e minus omega s into t, okay. So now, if you see, consider this equation. Now if you find derivative of this del, d del by dt, so it will be theta e upon dt. This is omega s into t, then it will be minus omega s, okay. Again second derivative, d2 del by dt square is equal to d2 theta e by dt square, while this omega s is constant, so it will be 0, okay. Taking double derivative, you will get d2 theta e by dt square is equal to d2 del by dt square. So we can put d2 theta e by dt square as d2 del by dt square. Hence our equation 12.5 can be written as m d2 del by deta 12. This is m d2 theta e by dt square can be written as m d2 del by dt square, okay, where m is defined as from equation 12.1. Where is 12.1? This is our 12.1. M is equal to gh upon pi f, as m is equal to gh upon 180 f, okay. So gh upon pi f, so d2 del by dt square is equal to pm minus p. Now dividing by machine rating, it is per unit. This is your h upon pi f is m, d2 del by dt square pm minus p in per unit of machine rating as base, where m per unit is equal to h upon pi f. So this will be h upon pi f d2 del by dt square is equal to pm minus pe. This equation 12.10 or 12.11 is called, this equation is called as swing equation, and describe the rotor dynamics of a synchronous machine, whether it is generating, whether it is motoring. It is a second order differential equation where the damping term proportional to d del by dt is absent because of assumption of lossless machine, and in fact that the torque of damper winding has been ignored. This assumption leads to pessimistic result in transient stability analysis because damping helps in stabilizing system, but still we are neglecting the effect of damper winding. Damping must of course be considered in the dynamic stability since the electric power P depends on the sign of angle del. The swing equation is a non-linear second order differential equation, okay. So this is applicable for transient stability. Now for this is for single machine system. Now for multi machine system, in multi machine system a common system base must be chosen. G machine, a G system, system base, this is machine base. This 12 point can be written as G machine upon G system, H machine, then G machine upon G system, okay. So this we have to divide by G system, okay, G machine upon G system. This again we have to divide by G system. This we have multiplied both sides, we have multiplied by G machine by G system, G machine by G system, or it will be H system upon pi f into d2 divided by dt is equal to pm minus pe. Simple machine, single machine. So H system, complete system H1, H2, H3, H4, so it will be single machine into G machine upon G system. Machine inertia constant in a system base. Machine swinging currently. Now in this case, Suppose two machines are swinging currently, let's consider the swing equation of two machines on a common system base, then it will be H1. We'll consider this equation for H1 and H2. Okay. Now, since the machine rotor swings together coherently or in unison, then del is equal to del T is equal to del. So, this del 1 is equal to del 2. So H equivalent will be pi H equivalent divided by pi of it is equal to d2 del by dt square is equal to Pm minus P, where Pm is Pm1 plus Pm2, P is P1 plus P2, H equivalent is H1 plus H2 if they are swinging coherently. The two machines swinging coherently are thus reduced to a single machine as in equation 12.16. The equivalent inertia in equation 12.17 can be written as H equivalent is equal to H machine into G machine upon G system plus H2 machine is equal to G2 machine upon G system. The above results are easily extendable to any number of machines swinging coherently. This we have considered for the two machine system. This can be applicable for the three machine, four machines. In that case, it will be here. It will be this is up to H2. Then it will be H3 machine upon G3 upon G system. Then plus H4 machine upon G4 machine upon G system. Likewise, it will go on. Okay, this is about your dynamics of the synchronous machine. This swing equation is very important. Now in next lecture we'll solve a problem based on this. Thank you very much.